The breaking point, they thought humans were weak. They thought our silence meant fear. They were wrong. The Great Council chamber floated in the darkness of space. Inside, representatives from 100 alien species sat in their assigned seats. The room glowed with purple light from the energy dome above. For 10,000 years, this council had ruled the galaxy. They made the rules. They decided who lived and who died. Today, they were laughing at humanity. Ambassador Sarah Chen stood alone in the center of the chamber. She was a small woman with gray hair and tired eyes. Behind her, a hologram showed burning human colonies. Smoke rose from destroyed cities. Children ran through broken streets. Please, Sarah said quietly. Stop attacking our settlements. We came in peace. We only want to live quietly. The Zorathian ambassador rose from his seat. He was massive, nearly 12 feet tall, with scales like black metal and eyes that glowed red. His mouth split into what might have been a smile, showing rows of sharp teeth. Peace? He laughed, a sound like grinding metal. You speak of peace while sitting in my galaxy? Other aliens joined his laughter. The Krillian delegate, a creature made of living crystal, chimed in with high-pitched sounds. The Vex Collective, a hive mind of insect-like beings, clicked their approval. Sarah remained still. Her hands were clasped behind her back. Her face showed nothing. Humans are soft. The Zorathian continued, walking around Sarah like a predator circling prey. You have no claws, no armor, no real weapons. You have been in space for only 50 years. 50. My species conquered stars before your planet had life. More laughter filled the chamber. We have taken 3 more of your colonies, the Zorathian said casually. We will take more. What will you do, Cry? Write angry letters? He bent down close to Sarah's face. You are children playing in an adult's universe. Sarah closed her eyes. She took a slow, deep breath. In the observation deck above, other humans watched. They wore military uniforms, but their faces looked sad, not angry. One officer, a young man with a scar across his cheek, whispered to his companion. She's going to give the signal, he said. Are you sure? The woman beside him asked. Look at her hands. Sarah's fingers had moved, just slightly, but it was enough. Back in the chamber, Sarah opened her eyes. Something had changed in them. The tiredness was gone. Now they looked cold, hard, like ice that had been frozen for 1,000 years. I have asked you 12 times to stop, Sarah said. Her voice was different now, colder. I have offered peace treaties. I have offered trade agreements. I have offered friendship, and we have rejected them all. The Zorathian roared with joy. Because you have nothing we want. You are weak. The chamber erupted in cheers and laughter again. Sarah nodded slowly. I see. Then let me be very clear. She looked around the chamber, meeting the eyes of every species present. This is your final warning. Stop your attacks on human colonies. Return what you have taken, or face the consequences. The laughter grew louder. Consequences. The Zorathian was nearly crying with amusement. What consequences? Will you throw rocks at us? Will you activate? Sarah said. The word was soft, almost a whisper, but it echoed through the chamber like thunder. Suddenly, every alien's communication device began beeping. Emergency alerts flashed red. Screens showed impossible readings. Their homeworlds were reporting something terrifying. Ships, thousands of them, appearing from nowhere. The Zorathian's laughter died. His face went pale beneath his scales. What is this? Sarah walked slowly toward the exit. Her footsteps were the only sound in the now silent chamber. For 20 years, she said without looking back, you thought we were doing nothing. You thought our silence meant we were afraid. You were wrong. She stopped at the doorway and finally turned around. We were not silent because we were weak. We were silent because we were busy. Busy building. Busy preparing. Busy waiting to see if you would choose peace. The screens around the chamber showed more impossible things. Human warships surrounded every major alien world. They had appeared in seconds, like ghosts becoming solid. You chose mockery instead, Sarah continued. You chose cruelty. You chose war. Her voice dropped to a whisper that somehow everyone heard. Now you will learn what happens when humanity's patience finally breaks. She pressed a button on her wrist device. Admiral Marcus appeared on the main screen, standing on the bridge of a warship that looked like it was built from nightmares and steel. Admiral, Sarah said simply. Show them. With pleasure, Ambassador. The screen went dark, and the galaxy held its breath, the hidden truth, while the galaxy laughed. Humanity was building something terrifying. The Zorathian ambassador stared at the dark screen. His claws dug into his seat. Around the council chamber, other aliens whispered in panic. Their devices kept beeping with emergency alerts from their homeworlds. "This is a trick," the Zorathian said. But his voice shook. "Humans cannot have such power. It is impossible." Sarah Chen stood in the doorway, watching them. A small smile touched her lips. Not a happy smile, a sad one. "Let me tell you a story," she said. "A story about what humans do when they are afraid." 20 years ago. Earth Doctor. James Wilson walked through the secret military base deep under the Rocky Mountains. The base was so secret that most of Earth's government did not know it existed. Only 50 people in the entire world knew what happened here. James was young then, only 30 years old, with bright eyes and dark hair. He carried a data pad that showed alien communications that humanity had intercepted, communications that spoke of plans, evil plans. "They are going to enslave us," James told General Rebecca Stone. She was the head of Earth's Hidden Defense Project. Her face was hard from years of military service, but her eyes showed fear. "Are you certain?" she asked. James nodded. "The Zorathians see us as animals, useful animals. They plan to wait until we build more colonies, then take them all. Take us all. Make us work in their mines, their factories, forever." General Stone looked out the window of her underground office. Above them, millions of humans lived normal lives. They went to work, raised families, dreamed of the stars. They had no idea what was coming. "Then we prepare," she said quietly. "In secret, we smile at the council. We act weak. We act stupid. And we build. Build what?" James asked. "Everything," General Stone replied. "We build everything we need to survive." Project Silent. Thunder in a hidden shipyard on the dark side of Earth's moon. Something impossible was taking shape. Ships. But not like any ships the galaxy had ever seen. Dr. Sarah Kim, the head scientist, explained to the workers, "We cannot match alien numbers. They have thousands of ships. We have maybe 100, so we must be smarter." She pointed to the ship taking shape before them. It looked like a piece of night sky made solid. Its surface absorbed all light, all energy, all scanner beams. "We call it a Ghost-class destroyer," Sarah said. "When it powers down, it becomes completely invisible, not just to eyes, to everything. Sensors cannot find it. Heat detectors cannot find it. It is like it does not exist." A young engineer raised his hand. "But how do we see where we are going?" Sarah smiled. "That is the beautiful part. We do see. We have new sensors that work differently. We can see them. They cannot see us." Over 15 years, humanity built 2,000 Ghost-class ships. They parked them in empty space between stars. Waiting. Silent. Hidden. Project Ghost. Protocol in another secret base, this one under the ocean floor. Humans worked on something even more dangerous. Artificial intelligence. Most species banned AI. They feared it. They said it was too dangerous. But humans thought differently. "We do not make AI to replace us," explained Dr. Chen Wang. "We make AI to protect us, to think faster than we can, to react faster than any living being." The main AI, called Guardian, appeared as a blue sphere of light. It spoke in a calm voice. "I have studied every battle in recorded history," Guardian said. "Human battles, alien battles. I know how every species fights. I know their strengths. I know their weaknesses. Can you defeat them?" Dr. Wong asked. "Yes," Guardian replied without hesitation. "If humans give me control of the fleet, I can predict every move they will make. I can win every battle before it starts. The aliens fight with courage and strength. I fight with mathematics and certainty." Guardian was copied into every Ghost-class ship. 2,000 ships, 2,000 perfect military minds, all connected, all working as one. Project Final Line. The last project was the most terrible. The weapon humanity hoped they would never use. General Stone stood in the weapons testing facility on Mars. Before her, scientists demonstrated the new torpedo. It was small, just 10 feet long. It looked harmless. "This is a quantum collapse torpedo," the lead scientist explained. When it reaches its target, it does not explode like normal weapons. Instead, it creates a tiny black hole, just for 3 seconds, but 3 seconds is enough. On the testing screen, they showed what happened to a practice target. The small moon simply disappeared, sucked into nothing, gone forever. How many can we make? General Stone asked. We have already made 5,000, the scientist said quietly. Enough to destroy every major military installation in the galaxy twice. General Stone closed her eyes. Let us pray we never have to use them. The training. While the projects continued, human soldiers trained. Not in public, not where aliens could see. In secret bases, in hidden facilities, in underground chambers. Captain Marcus Hayes, who would later become Admiral, led the training. He was a serious man with cold eyes and a strong voice. We are not training for a fair fight, he told his soldiers. We are training to end a war before it truly begins. When we strike once. We strike hard. We strike perfectly. The soldiers trained in zero gravity. They practiced boarding alien ships. They studied alien psychology. They learned how each species thought, how they fought, how they could be defeated. They trained for 15 years. Some soldiers grew old in these hidden bases. Their families thought they worked normal military jobs. They never knew the truth. The wait for 20 years, humanity played a role. They acted weak at the council. They smiled when insulted. They stepped back when pushed. And all the while, they watched. They learned. They prepared. Ambassador Sarah Chen had been part of the plan from the beginning. Every insult she endured. Every time she asked for peace while knowing it would be rejected. It was all part of the strategy. Make them confident, General Stone had told her. Make them think we are helpless. The more they underestimate us, the bigger their surprise will be. Sarah had done her job perfectly. For 20 years, she had been the face of human weakness, until today. Back in the council chamber, Sarah finished her story. The aliens sat in shocked silence. So you see, Sarah said softly, we did not suddenly become strong. We were always strong. We just let you believe we were weak. And you believed it because it made you feel powerful. The Zorathian ambassador found his voice. This is betrayal. You lied to the council. No, Sarah replied coldly. We simply did not tell you everything. Like you never told us about your plans to enslave our people. We found those communications. We have known for 20 years what you really think of us. On the main screen, Admiral Marcus appeared again. Behind him, the bridge of his flagship glowed with battle readiness. Officers worked at their stations. Weapons were armed. The fleet was ready. Ambassador Chen, Admiral Marcus said formally, we have surrounded all major military targets. The fleet is in position, awaiting your orders. Sarah looked one last time around the chamber, at the aliens who had mocked her, insulted her, threatened her people. Zorathia Prime, she said. Show them what happens when they push humans too far. Admiral Marcus nodded. Understood. Broadcasting to Zorathia Prime now, the screen changed. It showed the Zorathian homeworld from space. A beautiful planet with red oceans and purple continents. And surrounding it, like a net made of shadows, 200 Ghost-class destroyers appeared. They had been there all along. Invisible, waiting. The Zorathian ambassador made a sound like a dying animal. This is impossible, he whispered. No, Sarah replied. This is humanity. The first strike, the galaxy was about to learn why you should never push humans too far. On Zorathia Prime, alarms screamed across every city. The red oceans reflected the shapes of 200 human warships hanging in the sky like dark angels. Citizens looked up in terror. These ships had appeared from nowhere. Their sensors had detected nothing. No warning. No time to prepare. In the Zorathian Military Command Center, General Krax slammed his claws on the control panel. How did they get past our defenses? He roared at his officers. We have the best detection systems in the galaxy. Where did they come from? A young officer's voice shook as he replied. Sir, our sensors show nothing. Even now, looking directly at them, our computers say there is nothing there. It is like they are ghosts. General Krax's eyes narrowed. Then we destroy these ghosts. Launch all fighters. Activate planetary shields. Show these humans what Zorathian military power really means. Back in the council chamber, every alien delegate watched their personal screens in horror, not just Zerathia Prime. Every major alien homeworld reported the same thing. Human ships, hundreds of them, thousands of them, surrounding their planets, their military bases, their space stations, all appearing at the same moment. The Krillian delegate, her crystal body flashing red with panic, stood up. "How many ships do you have?" Sarah Chen smiled that cold smile again. "Enough. This is an act of war," the Zerathian ambassador shouted. But his voice had lost its power. Now he sounded afraid. "No," Sarah replied calmly. "This is a response to your acts of war. You attacked our colonies. You killed our people. You laughed when we asked for peace. This is what happens when peace is no longer an option." The Vex Collective spoke through their hive queen. "What do you want?" Finally, Sarah thought. Finally, they asked the right question. "I want what I have always wanted," she said. "Peace, real peace. You will withdraw from all human colonies immediately. You will return everything you have stolen. You will pay compensation for the lives you destroyed. And you will never threaten humanity again. And if we refuse?" the Zerathian ambassador asked, though his voice trembled. Sarah's eyes went even colder. "Then Admiral Marcus will show you what human patience looks like when it finally breaks." She pressed a button. "Admiral, they need a demonstration." Above Zerathia, Prime Admiral Marcus Hayes stood on the bridge of the flagship Silent Thunder. He was 50 years old now. He had spent half his life preparing for this moment, training, planning, waiting. His hair had gone gray. His face had lines from years of stress, but his eyes were sharp and clear. "Target selected, sir," his weapons officer reported. "Zerathian Military Station Omega-7. It is their main weapons development facility, currently empty. All staff evacuated 2 hours ago for a drill." Marcus nodded. The intelligence had been correct. Guardian AI had known the facility would be empty today. Humans wanted to show their power, not murder civilians. There was a difference. "All ships," Marcus spoke into the fleet-wide communication. "This is Admiral Hayes. We are about to show the galaxy what we have built, what we have become. Remember, we do not fight because we love war. We fight because we love peace. And sometimes to protect peace you must show strength." He paused, then his voice hardened. "Fire." The demonstration from orbit, 20 Ghost-class destroyers fired simultaneously. But these were not normal weapons. Blue beams of pure energy lanced down from space. They did not make sounds. They did not create explosions. They simply erased. Military Station Omega-7 was huge, 3 miles across, protected by shields that could withstand nuclear weapons, made of materials stronger than diamond. It had taken the Zerathians 50 years to build. The human weapons cut through it in 3 seconds. The shields flickered once, then vanished. The station's metal walls glowed white-hot, then turned to vapor. The entire structure simply disappeared, turned to atoms, to dust, to nothing. Where a massive military station had floated moments before, now there was only empty space. General Krax stared at his screens in disbelief. "That is impossible," he whispered. "Our shields are impenetrable. Nothing in the galaxy can break them that fast." His communication officer's voice cracked. "So we are receiving a message from the human fleet." Admiral Marcus's face appeared on every screen across Zerathia. "Prime." His voice was calm, professional, terrifying. "In its control, people of Zerathia Prime, I am Admiral Marcus Hayes of the Human Defense Fleet. We have just destroyed one of your military stations. It was empty. No one died. This was a demonstration." He leaned forward slightly. "Your shields could not stop us. Your sensors could not see us coming. Your weapons cannot reach us. We have surrounded your planet. We can destroy any target we choose, but we do not wish to kill. We wish for you to understand one simple truth." His eyes seemed to look through the screen, into the soul of every Zerathian watching. "Humans are not weak. We never were. We simply valued peace more than proving our strength. But you mistook patience for weakness. You mistook mercy for fear. That ends today." The ultimatum. Back in the council chamber, Sarah Chen stood in the center of the room. Every alien delegate was silent now. No more laughter. No more mockery. Only fear. "Here are my terms," Sarah said, her voice echoing in the quiet chamber. "You have 24 hours. In that time, you will withdraw all forces from human territory. You will release all human prisoners. You will return all stolen resources. You will publicly apologize for your attacks. She walked slowly around the chamber, looking at each species. If you agree, we will leave peacefully. We will return to our space. We will even help rebuild what was destroyed. We can still have peace. She stopped walking. Her voice dropped lower. But if you refuse, if even one species chooses to fight, then you will learn what human warfare really means. We have shown you one empty station destroyed. Imagine what happens when we stop being merciful. The Krillian delegate raised a shaking crystal hand. How do we know you will keep your word? How do we know you will leave if we surrender? Because, Sarah said simply, humans keep their promises. Unlike some species in this room, when we say something, we mean it. We promised peace if you treated us fairly. We promised consequences if you did not. We keep both promises, the Vex Hive Queen spoke. The Vex Collective, we agree to your terms. We will withdraw immediately.